Imagine a world where freedom of speech, movement, and even thought are not just restricted, but severely penalized. A world where human rights are not a given, but a far-off dream. Sounds like a dystopian novel, right? Unfortunately, this is the stark reality in places like North Korea, where the regime is known for its harsh and brutal punishments. Imagine being publicly executed for crimes such as murder, treason, or even defection. Picture the horror of being shot or hung in front of large crowds, including children, all to instill fear and obedience. This is not a scene from a horror movie. This is a reality for some in North Korea. Then there is the punishment of forced labor. Convicted of a crime or simply accused of political dissent, you could be sent to a labor camp. Here, you'll work for long hours in harsh conditions with little food, water, or medical care. Many don't survive the exhaustion, disease, or torture. Consider the terror of being imprisoned for minor violations or suspected disloyalty, detained in interrogation facilities, subjected to torture, beatings, starvation, and sexual abuse, denied any due process or legal representation, forced to confess to charges that may not be true. Perhaps the most chilling is the 3 generations of punishment. If a relative commits a serious crime or escapes North Korea, everyone related to them up to 3 generations can be punished. Parents, children, grandchildren, all could be sent to prison camps or executed regardless of their own innocence. Banishment is another form of punishment, deemed undesirable or unreliable by the authorities. You could be banished to remote areas, forced to live in poverty and isolation with limited access to basic services or resources. There are even reports of people being executed by being fed to dogs, and of cruel methods of torture. Accused of stealing, you might be subjected to rat torture, where rats are placed on your body and heated up with metal rods. Or water torture, where water is forced into your mouth, nose, or ears, causing pain, suffocation, and damage to internal organs. Sleep deprivation is another method used. Detained for any reason? You could be deprived of sleep for days or weeks, forced to endure loud noises, bright lights, or electric shocks. And finally, there's amputation. Caught trying to escape or communicating with the outside world? Your punishment could be having your limbs or digits amputated without anesthesia or proper care. It's a grim picture, but it's important to shine a light on these issues. Knowledge is power, and the more we know, the more we can do to help. So share this information, start a conversation, raise awareness. Because everyone deserves to live in a world where human rights and freedom are more than just a distant dream.